If you think sea ice is an extreme biome, you haven't seen anything yet. Giant spiders, deadly temperatures, vast caves, and even the land of the dead, these are just a few of the 10 craziest RimWorld biomes that I'm going to rate. In no particular order, at number 10 we have the Pyroclastic Conflagration, where you'll be greeted by a permanent heatwave, acid rain, and constant volcanic ash. Temperatures here are off the charts, so your colonists are always at risk of heatstroke. Building some kind of cooling is your first priority, or your colonists will collapse faster than a Romanian bridge. And I hope you like lava, there's plenty of it. Now as for growing food, good luck. There isn't much fertile land, just a few patches of volcanic soil, but your rice won't grow at 60 degrees Celsius. Or 140 for my American friends. Using slate and obsidian, the only types of stone you'll find there, you'll need to build an enclosed room and cool it down. Or you can rely on the tasteless plants that grow in this biome. Don't expect much wildlife either. The animal population is sparse. Overall, it's a brutal environment to survive in, and the terrain is slow to cross. While the biome does have some trees you can cut for wood, the constant heatwave and lack of food make it a real challenge. I'd rate Pyroclastic Conflagration a solid 5 out of 10. Next up at number 9 we have sea ice, a place where there's nothing. The hardest biome in vanilla RimWorld is just ice, ice and more ice. If you are looking for excitement, this isn't the place. You might stumble across a random fence, a patch of water, or the occasional hair, but it's pretty bleak. Now a quick guide on how to survive on sea ice. Build a room, set up a wind turbine and install a heater. Oh, wait. As for food, you'd better have chosen losing is fun, because you won't be eating anything but raider meat for the first year. Eating people is the way to go if you want your colony to survive. So, how would I rate this one? I'd give sea ice a 3 out of 10. It's boring as fuck. If you really want to see what it's like, watch someone else suffer through it instead. At number 8 we have the Forsaken Crags. This biome has plenty of fertile land for you to become the ultimate rice farmer. But good luck growing anything. There isn't enough light for crops. Don't worry though, some of the plants give off 50% light and others a full 100%, which is perfect for growing crops around them. So yeah, farming is possible here without needing power-hungry sun lamps or relying on mushrooms. Plants aren't the only ones affected by the lack of light. Your colonies will move and work slower in the dark. You better build those lamps. Also, I hope you like the look of this wall, because cragstone is the only type of stone you'll find here. As for animals, there are barely any, except for a few nocturnal creatures. I'm giving this one a 6 out of 10. Sure, it's dark and kind of empty, but it has potential if you are into the whole underground colony vibe. And speaking of the underground, the next biome takes us deep beneath the surface. The Glacial Hollows are located in a permanently frozen regions. Nearly every surface of these caves is made of ice, so dense and cold that they are impervious to heat, with any warmth quickly sucked away. I like this biome. The entire map is made of caves, perfect for dirt moles or insect people. There are a few animals that live here, like weird looking elks, bunnies, penguins, and the woolly spider. Oh, and let's not forget the insects. The vegetation is mushrooms. This one is a solid 7 out of 10. It's still dark and cold after all. Alright, time for the Feralisk infested jungle. You are surrounded by trees, and there's plenty of fertile land to grow food, but moving around is slow because of all the dense grass. Plus it's a jungle, so you know diseases are coming for you at some point. The animals are pretty standard for a jungle. You've got your capybaras, elephants, and a few other interesting creatures. But the stars of the show are the Feralisk and Jungleisk. These giant spiders will kill and eat every animal around, and if there's no more food left, they'll come for your colony. There's only one way to survive. Build a wall around your base. The Feralisk will actually work as a layer of defense. No raider or trader will ever get close to your base. I'm giving this one a 4 out of 10. Big spooders. Next, let's dive into the tar pits. This hot arid biome might look dead at first glance, but there's plenty of wood and enough land to grow food. You'll come across some strange plants that give you sugar and other random stuff, but the main attraction here is the tar pits. You can build a tar pump which pumps out chem fuel and asphalt buckets every few days. You can use those to build tarmac roads, making movement across your base quick and smooth. The wildlife is pretty diverse, so food won't be an issue. But watch out for bumble drones. Their insect jelly might look tempting, but if you get too close to their nest, they'll chase down your colonists and sting them to death. I'm giving this one an 8 out of 10. The tar is quite tasty. The Miasmic Mangrove is like the vanilla swamps, but worse. There is a reason nobody plays in a swamp. they suck so bad. There's a lot of wood to build stuff, but good luck building anything in this biome. The terrain is basically full mud, and let's not forget diseases. As if malaria and the plague weren't bad enough, there are no deadly diseases that last even longer. But thankfully there are wild plants that give herbal medicine where harvested. Yay. I'm giving this one a -1 out of 10. I don't recommend playing in this biome, unless you hate your life. Oh boy, I couldn't believe there's an even worse biome than sea ice. The Wasteland is dead. Completely dead. Aside from a few sad dead trees, this little guy, and a couple of iguanas, there's nothing. This biome is the result of a nuclear war or some shit, so it's perfect for some post-apocalyptic roleplay if that's your thing. You can't swim in the nuclear waste, so my final rating is a 2 out of 10. And before this video turns into a worst Rimworld biomes video, the next biome is actually pretty interesting. The Toxic Forest is a 100% polluted biome. Visually, it has this cool, mystical bluish look, but if that's not your style, you can always switch to the classic vanilla pollution look. You'll notice this strange rocks, which you can mine for wood. There are plenty of trees and wild plants. You can even grow a few crops in the polluted soil. A few pollution adapted animals live here too. With the new starting scenario, you'll get the equipment you need to set up a colony in this biome. I'm rating this one a solid 8 out of 10. It's pretty cool, but not enough pollution. At number 1 we have the Lightless Empyrean, the home of lightless trees and the land of the dead. The vegetation is dense and there are a few undead creatures living here. This spooky biome is perfect for an undead playthrough using the Profaned mod. An easy 10 out of 10 if more content gets added, but for now I'll give it a 9 out of 10. I'm always exploring new mods, so make sure to subscribe and watch this video next so I can make it big on YouTube.